today for just she wasn't able to sleep last night. So I was like, fuck it. We're gonna go in a little late. Okay, hi. Did 2 spots last night. Back is hurting today though, so I gotta do some extra stretches. Did 2 spots last night. I feel like the first set was not as good as the second, although when I listen to it, I don't. Here, hold on, let me move this over. I don't want to say, oh, I was wrong. That's fine. But they both sucked. Didn't both suck, but the first set was in Jersey City, a pet shop, and it's a bar. It's like a nice bar area that they have shows at. And I have never been there. I gotta be honest, I felt weird going in there at first. Like, there was a bunch of comics that I know standing outside in a circle, and I was like, hey guys, and I felt like I interrupted something, and I was like, oh, I feel awkward and spastic, and then I'm like, just say hello, keep it moving, don't think it's you, whatever, who cares. Then I went inside where there's another female comic that produces it with the 2 other men, and I was talking with her. I was on her show on Friday, and it was good. I mean, I was nervous because I didn't want to not make the other show, because Joe's show, which Joe has been on here with me, Paul Zadi, is such a good guy, like nice comic and good guy, gives everybody a spot and a chance and makes room. And I was like, I got to show up at a show. I told him I was going to do this. So I did make it. I had to speak up and say, you know what the lineup is. Because originally she said, oh, I can put you up first. And I was like, all right, well, regardless, I just wanted to make, because I told her, I was like, I got to make his show. Because they know, comics know when everybody has little workout rooms or bar shows or club shows. They know, especially when it's a workout room and there's comics coming in. They know that comics want to try to hit both. So high split persona. So when I said, I have to make sure I can get to Joe's, because I don't. Hi, Chris. I don't want to. What's up, Wheeler? Yes. Oh, you knew. What's wrong with my arm? Look at my armpit. I thought I had hair there, and I was like, I just shaved. Thank you for this $20 super chat. Look at you. I need that today, honey. I'm just kidding. So stupid. Thank you, Wheeler. Wheeler rocks. Boom. So I wanted to make sure that I got to that second show, which was Joe's show, which is the Boulevard Room, which I go to every week. And I got there and they put me up right after the other guy. And my first bit, I was like, oh, what are you doing, Trina? Mike Sergan, hi. I'm on vacation in Deadwood, South Dakota. That doesn't sound like a fun vacation. Deadwood, South Dakota? What's in Deadwood, South Dakota? Lots of dead wood. Hit that like button, everybody. Tap the screen. So Deadwood. Chris, everybody, listen. So once we get to 100 likes, we do 100 jumping jacks. And we got 105 of you in here. Let's go. You can do that right, literally, if everyone goes, we got 100 likes right there. So I'm a comedian and an actor, creator of divorce series, and Wild West is my 20th time here. I love it. Cool. So the second show, I felt like I relaxed into myself more, because I felt like when I was in Jersey City, I was just first of all, there was like a guy in the military in the front row who was engaging with the comics. And when I said to him, I go, oh, did you do the Murph challenge? He didn't know what I was talking about. He's like, I'm not a Navy SEAL. I was like, oh, but I thought maybe you would know about it, because it's the whole thing. Anyway, he didn't know what it was. So. And he fought in war. So he said he was in the Air Force. So I couldn't, I don't know. He looked pretty drunk too by the time I got up there, but it's fine. I felt stupid because then I went on about that. I was like, then I had to explain the Murph challenge. I'm like, all right, now we're not even doing jokes. We're just explaining our last Monday. Oh, ouch. My hay colored hair looks great this morning. Thank you. Hi. Hit that like button. We got 168 of you are in here. Hit that like button. I'm going to be in Atlanta, Georgia, performing Divorce Diaries live on July 16th, and then Columbus, Ohio, August 1st. Hi, Vulnerability Expert. How are you? What's going on? There's the guns this morning. Pow, pow. And I mean my muscles, just for anybody thinking of anything else. Good morning from Phoenix. Everybody that's coming in, hit that like button. We are starting our morning off by talking about the 2 spots I had last night. Local spots, they're like workout rooms. So, which means they're not mics, they're open to the public. Some mics are open to the public too, by the way, but they are kind of like a mic where it's like, it doesn't like rely heavily on ticket sales, the show. They just want people to work out new material. Hi from Mexico. Hi, Ivan. So I did a spot in Jersey City, and then I did another spot in Elmwood Park. And it was fun. I thought the second time up on the first time I was like nervous. The crowd was a little weird. Not that the crowd was weird. Sorry, that the yeah. Well, they don't run ads on some of those videos, by the way. So that's why I'm like, they are the show. So I started my set all uncomfortable because the first joke I did, it wasn't even a joke. I was just talking with. I was mentioning how the guy said he was in the military and he had his dog tags. I'm like, well, so what are those dog tags for? It's like, it's for my friend who was killed. And I was like, oh. And then I said, okay, well, I don't know. It just was not a good start. If you guys want to hear it, I'll let you play. It just was bad. And then finally, towards the middle, it got a little bit better. But I went off to, hi, Michael. I went off to the other show, and I was like, all right, I am going to breathe into my set. I'm going to engage. Like, I wanted to ask, what's everybody's favorite shot? Because I did my bartender. I want to work with that bartender bit. That I want to make it stronger. And at the second show, I did. I felt better about what I did. I felt like I connected more to the audience. The comics that were there, there was a comic there who somebody told her about me, and I'm not, but thanks for the compliment. Looks you do if we get by with your looks anyway, I think. She said that another shout out Rob Field who told this girl, oh, you gotta talk to Michelle Trainer. She's very nice and very she's got like, I guess what's the right word? Hustle. She didn't say that, but that's what the word. She used something along those lines. She wants to go into comedy full time and acting and all that. And I said, yeah. She goes, did you just how? She goes, did you have to leave your regular job? I was like, yeah, you have to take a leave at some point. Then you also have to pay. You got to figure it out. The twin storage word says hi. Where's my twin storage word? Huh? Hit that like button, everybody. We are stretching, washing dishes, making coffee, making sure it's June 1st. Let's set some goals. I think I started to do that yesterday, where I said we got to get a tight 5 on tape. And I already reached out to a few people. My friend Mandy has a show this Thursday, but they good morning, Rosie, but they don't have any spots. He's like, I can't. It's like very tight. So, oh well. But really, the tight 5 needs to be at a comedy club. You need to do it at a comedy club so that there's no. When you send it for submissions, you need it from a comedy club, usually not a bar show. Wheeler, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Another one. Boom, look at that. I bought the whole wheat pasta again. I made it yesterday. It was yummy. Gotta be honest though, I'm not sure what's going on with my body when I feel so tired, like more than normal. I'm assuming it's the food I'm eating. But I'm having yogurt this morning. Like, I don't know. I have never felt like this sleepy before. I know sometimes after I get my period, like I have like, I know gross, but like I sometimes I get more tired. I don't know. Maybe it's just my old age. I'm just kidding. I'm a young 44. All right, so 2 sets last night that I did, 2 different shows. It went well. Went okay. Not well, I mean it was fine. But I also found out I got into this New Jersey Finest comedy competition that some comic friends from the dojo are running. They're not from the dojo, but they are always at the dojo. They're a part of that crew, and I'm excited. I got selected to be in it, but because there's some stuff going on there, they have to send us the dates. The dates are changing of when that's going to be, and when I get my date of when I'm performing, I want everyone to come out for it because they are going to pick top 3 winners are going to be from the audience and the judges. So I got to come with my 110% A game. Like this is Kill Tony-esque, you know? Plus some of these people already know me, so I feel like they know the jokes I'm going to do. So I want to come in really strong, which means I have a lot of work to do. There's in the back of my head, I keep thinking, oh, do some of them just think, oh, she just does jokes about being a mom and being divorced, but that's what I am. And that maybe that's just like a negative headspace thing I'm getting into. So it's just like, just be funny. Just be funny. Whatever you are, just be funny, right? And if the jokes aren't coming, what should you do? Because I think that's what happens is sometimes you're like, okay, well, none of this is funny. What's happening? Is it writer's block? Is it just me? Do I just keep writing, right? Keep getting all the stuff out. And the more you get it out and the more you talk about what the joke is, I think it helps. You got to get out to New Jersey. Yeah, you got to come. When I find the date that I'm performing in this competition, everyone should come to this. This is one that I want everyone to be at. Please. I was going to tell my boyfriend, it's like, everyone, this is the one you should come to because it's going to rely on the audience voting. And I think it says judges and audience. So hold on, let me go back to email. So hit that like button. We have 111 of you in here. Hit that like button. We can get to 100 likes in 10 minutes. We got 111 of you in here and only 19 likes. So let's tap that screen. Now we got 20 likes. 8. All right. So I'm having yogurt and also I'm having yogurt for breakfast and coffee. And then I'm trying to think, how long have you been doing comedy? About 10 years. I started in 2016. Took a comedy class in 2016. But I haven't been doing it like, when I say 10 years, it's been like not as consistent 10 years. You know, it's not, so like I took my first stand-up class and then I took another stand-up class and then I never took a class again. I just kept doing open mics and stuff and shows. But then I focused on Divorce Diaries, which is a mix of stand-up and improv. So I feel like because I focused on that more, which is totally fine, I tended to maybe not focus on the craft of stand-up as much as I should have, which is what I'm focusing in on now. And I also have to get, I don't know, I have no utensils. What's going on? So here we are. 2026. It's June. So what are your June goals? Let's go. They have a class for it. Yeah, Carol. Yeah, they do. They have a class for everything. It's basically like why I did it was because they give you a tape and a showcase at the end of it. And I was like, okay, great. I can use this. So I paid for it. I got to meet some people, try it out, and I enjoyed it. You have a natural talent for comedy, but you just can't stand up in front of people and do it. Oh, okay. Well, then, if you feel like you have a natural talent for it, then maybe you should stop telling yourself you can't do it. Good morning, John Ashwell. Oh, I love it. The Divorce Diary family. Let's go. The Train a Tribe. Thank you, Wesley. Yeah, stop telling yourself you can't. Just try it. The more you do it, the more it becomes easier. I also always liked performing. So for me, this is another area of performance that felt good. And then eventually I was like, I think this is my way. This is my path, you know? That's right. The Black Fight Coffee Time. Hit that like button, guys. We had 128 of you in here, but only 25 likes. Why? I don't know if I'm supposed to say that or not. I feel like I'm not supposed to say that. I hear some. That's right. The Train and Tribe. We have Train and Tribe shirts too. Rosie bought one. She had the moderator one. Pretty cool. Yogurt. Yogurt is healthier for you in the morning than I feel like cereal. Right? No? I don't know. Tell a good joke about being divorced? Yeah, I think I usually come out on stage and be very excited and happy. And I'm like, I'm so happy to be here. I wasn't always this happy. A long time ago, I was miserable, depressed. Wouldn't doubt about it. I was married. I want to try some new openers, so I'm gonna write some new ones today and try them out. I was saying like these people were smoking. I'm like I would be a little bit paranoid and anxious. I'm actually better than I used to be, believe it or not. But I would smoke and probably like get so nervous that I would never be allowed to smoke again. Good morning. Where's Extremely Strong Coffee? Right here. Ex-husband was an extreme pothead too, which is the irony of all that. Why didn't it work? He was stoned. I was awake. That was our marriage. I was awake. He was asleep. There you go. I mean, for some people that could work, but not for us. Yeah, I think for the majority of our relationship, he was stoned, and then he finally was like, "What the hell?" You know, when we come off a high, I guess. I'm kidding. He would find that. I think he'd find that fun or whatever. He knows. Listen, I know I'm a hyper paranoid person, so when you know these certain things about you, you know it's like, all right, well, maybe not so much anymore, but in our 20s, I just like definitely. There's no punchline. Marriage itself is a joke. Haha, just kidding, married people. Yes, Rosie, I made him a vulnerability expert, a mod yesterday. I feel like every once in a while we could throw a new mod in there because not everybody. Look, why not? I don't know if that helps the channel, builds the channel, whatever. But we appreciate all our mods who stuck around and helped out the channel grow. I appreciate you greatly, Rosie. Thank you so much. She's here every day. Check out her channel as well. Ugh. You were divorced 3 years. Get it. And where are you at in the dating process? Are you dating? Or are you single and just doing your thing? Oh, this feels good. My back was hurting this morning, guys. I was like a little nervous. I haven't dated once. Oh, okay. Nothing wrong with that. double tap the screen for liking the channel, the show. I did 2 sets last night. One at an open, not an open mic. It was both of them were workout rooms. One in Jersey City and one in Elmwood Park, which is all in Jersey. I'm gonna stick more to my to-do list today. I didn't get to do my backyard yesterday. I want to go back to working on just cleaning up the backyard. I don't know if I'm gonna. I want to get a grill very badly. That by the end of the month. So I hope that I can find the room in the budget. I like grilling a lot. My boyfriend told me that like I shouldn't say, I just need a friend to help me with the backyard. He's like, just pay your friend, do it the right way. And I felt bad because I was like, oh my God, I definitely don't want to like. Then I felt bad that I said it because I am the type of person to not want to skimp on people. But then when you say something like that, it sounds like that. So I'm just going to pull the weeds myself. And when I have extra money at some point, maybe I'll buy a weed whacker, or I just will, or pay someone who has the landscaping company to do it, because it is something that I end up always putting off because it takes a minute. But if I focus on it for half an hour, I can probably get a lot done in there. Could really use a cup of Joe yourself. Well, we're having a cup of Joe together. We got so many of you in here. Hit that like button. I love it. Hi. We got our milk. We got our sugar. Pouring our milk in our Divorce Diaries cup. Oh yeah, you can get these online as well. I'll share my merch store with everybody if you want to. And I have my joke book, the Divorce Diaries joke book, right here. It's also a sketchbook. Is it a sketchbook? Oh, hold on. No, it's a notebook. I thought the beginning part was, but it's a notebook. I guess I should try to sell those at shows, but then I have the Printify store, so I'd have to buy a bunch and then sell them at a different price. What was that? What is this? I might have to put you guys on mute for a quick second. Hang on. Hey, sorry about that. What's my favorite restaurant in LA? I haven't had. Did you guys hear that? Sorry, I had to play something and I didn't want it to be heard. But my favorite restaurant in LA is, I don't know. I haven't been to LA in a minute. I've been to a bunch and I have had a bunch of good times. There was a brunch place I went to with my friend Doug years ago. That was so cool. Good day, Todd. What's up? My friend Todd from where did you start to follow me on? On TikTok or Instagram? Hit that like button, everybody. Let's go. All right. Here, wait, let's see. Am I already on the, yeah, I am. Let's see how I can actually, hold on, guys. I just want to make sure I didn't. Where did you start to follow me? What was that? What is this? Okay, I have to look for something. Hang on. I might have to put you guys on mute for a quick second. Hang on. I just want to make sure you can hear that. Stretching, getting ready for the day, making our goals for June 1st. Let's go. So good. So good. So good. Hey, sorry about that. Okay, sorry. So, sorry. I say sorry a lot. And I saw the movie Obsession with John on Saturday, and now I feel like, oh my God, I can't say sorry anymore because the girl says sorry 500 times, and it sounds like me. And now I'm like, I'm not a woman possessed by a demon, okay? Because like when we were watching it, I was starting to sink down in my chair. I was like, oh no, he's going to say this is me. And then sure enough, he's like, this sounds like you. I mean, Joshua, you come on for 10 seconds and then you're like, see you tomorrow. Pop in and stay in. We are here talking about the journey, my friend. Yes, let's talking about comedy and all things related to the show. Hang on. Okay. Let's see, what did she send me to do? Yes, that works. All right, I call this girl 11. Hang on. Okay, so I have a merch store that we're gonna put in the chat right now. Hang on. Yeah, and guys, like, I'm so excited to be in this with you. Let's go. Hit that like button. Tap it. Tap away. We are gonna stretch. We're stretching our legs right now, and we have made the coffee. It's time to open up our hips and our back. My back spasm is definitely feeling better today, but it's still a little like I have a little pain here. Okay. July 16th, I'm in Atlanta. And then August 1st, I'm in Columbus, Ohio. Such fabulous places to go to. But no, they were Atlanta. I like Atlanta. And I haven't been to Columbus in a long time, but it's a comedy scene out there. All right, so let's see. Where is it? Here we go. Where's my store? Here it is. My catalog, my store. Here we go. So you can visit my Printify store right here. Good morning, last year. I'm giving you a hug. You're giving me a hug. Thank you. Everybody hug themselves. So, has anybody watched this movie, Obsession? I talked about it yesterday. How my boyfriend and I went to a drive-in movie theater on Saturday. Very sweet day. I really had a great time. And at night, we were watching the movie, and basically he makes a wish. I'm not telling you the whole film, but if you don't want to know anything about it, then mute me for a second. But I don't know why this isn't showing up now. So he makes a wish that he wants this girl, his friend, to like really fall in love with him. And she does, but she becomes a nut job, aka what I think most men think we are. Just kidding. Because I feel like that writer is definitely not a woman. Why are we the ones possessed by the devil? I'm just kidding. But anyway, when this wish takes over, she starts like apologizing. I'm so sorry. And then she's, oh, I love you. You're like that. I love you so much. Oh my gosh. And then at one point she's like, why don't you love me as much as I love you? And that's funny. It's funny because a lot of women do that shit. We don't do it, but like we're like, why aren't you loving me as much as you love me? I was like, all right. I'm taking this as a personal dig. I feel like, and I was like, what happened here? And then at one point I was like, he's gonna turn text to me and say it sounds like.
Sorry, there was a problem with Apple Music. You'll need to log into your music account again to start playing.
I'm not asking for that. I'm trying to get into my Printify store. The hell? I'm sorry, guys. Hang on a second. So, so when the character was acting like crazy towards him, and like, oh, why don't you love me as much as I love you, and then she would do something weird. She'd be like, I'm so sorry, and then I was like, oh no, and then John turned to me, he goes, this sounds like you. I was like, shut the fuck up, it's not me. So it was a funny moment. It was definitely scary though, and creepy. Ugh. All right, so for some reason I can't get into the Printify store, but let's try again. Would you date Tony Ferguson? I don't know who that is. Am I supposed to know who that is? Probably, right? He is an MMA fighter. I would date my boyfriend because I'm dating my boyfriend, and he's a fighter. He's much hotter than this guy. No, I would not date him. No, I'm, good for him though. He is already married too, so I'm not sure why you're asking that, but thank you. Hi, hit that like button. We're almost at 50. We're gonna get to 100 jumping jacks before. We're gonna get to 100 likes before 40 minutes. I could tell. I could tell. I could tell. I could tell. Okay, I'll stop for a second. I'm gonna try to see why this store is not working or loading. I'll try again. All right, so it's June 1st. What are your goals for June? Put out a pool in your backyard, put a barbecue. For me, it's get my 5 minute on set, get my 5 minute on tape, strong 5 minute on tape, and also a couple other things there. I gotta fix my bathroom. It's nice, but I don't have my new stuff that I bought in it yet. That's one goal. Get my backyard looking a little bit fresher. Get a grill. I really want to get a grill this year again. So I used to grill every summer. In the last couple of summers, I have not been doing that. So I'm going to do it. What about you guys? What are your goals? I'm trying to share the fucking store with you guys, and it's not letting me. Yeah, here it is. Go to my store. Where is it? Go to my store. Go to my store. Go to my store. Manage my stores. Hey, would you date a British guy? I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Why it's not letting me? I just want to visit the store. How can I not visit the store? I would date my boyfriend. That's who I'm dating right now. But I've always been open. In the past, when I was single, yeah, I was open to anybody. But where is it? I'm taken. Hey, how about you? Would you date a British guy? Doubles let enigma. What is it? Doubles light enigma. Doubles lit enigma. I'm trying to go to my stores to show you guys. This is weird. Manage my store. Like I'm trying to go to it. Okay. Let's see. Customize store. My domain. Here it is. Okay, here it is. I found it. So this is my Printify store. If you guys want to check it out, shop the Divorce Diaries merch, Michelle Trainer merch. It's not true. There you go. I'm not sure why you're saying that, but okay. So we are on June 1st, and let's make goals. Let's set goals. What did Ed Milet sent this really great thing on his Instagram story. I want to read it for you guys too. And it's like making sure that you follow your plan to get your goals, like the habits and routines that you're making right now, are those the habits and routines that are serving you? And if not, how are you shifting your habit to to contribute to getting to your goal, right? So, don't think I did that this morning because my daughter was having trouble sleeping last night into the early parts of the morning, and so I had to make a decision. I was like, okay. Do you guys ever have those nights of sleep where you're like, I'm not getting any sleep, and my daughter was like, nervous. I'm not gonna have any sleep. I was like, all right, well then I'm going to school a little late. Just sleep. Like I at one point I was like, I have to sleep too, so then just go back. Just and then she fell asleep eventually. But like it was, I don't know. I don't know why she couldn't sleep. It was like for a while. I I've had those before. I've been actually better with getting some sleep, but I don't know. I've had those nights where I can't sleep at all, and it's very annoying. Um, but they also say there's a whole thing with sleep remedies with the blue screen and not getting your body temperature at the right temperature before bed, all this other stuff. I wanted to try to pull an all nighter too at one point, not all like complete all nighter, but like stay up later. But then I can't get up earlier. But not that I'm doing that now. But like then that helps me get back onto like a schedule of like, all right, well, because there's when we were in Philly, I didn't sleep well that night, and that night when I came home, like oh, I'm ready for bed, was really tired, and then I started the week like ready to go to bed earlier and get up earlier. So we'll see. How you don't spill your coffee is beyond me. I do spill it. Good morning, Nick. What did you say? AKA a British man? I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. So Divorce Diaries is gonna be live in Atlanta. I don't know what this looks like right now. I spilled stuff on here. July 16th. Columbus, Ohio, August 1st. So you can see the live version of Divorce Diaries, which is a mix of stand-up and improv. And if anything, if I sell any of those shows out, I will do a high kick after every joke I make on stage. That might get exhausting, but I'll try it. So let's see if we can listen to this from last night on the voice memo. I just talked to the bartender because, like, here's the thing. I said to myself, don't go on stage when in Jersey City where there's one, two, three audience members here. The comics are in their corners here, not really paying attention and writing on their own stuff. And then there was people walking in and out of the room because there was a door to the outside area. Nikki Glazer is hilarious. So I was like, all right, how do I do this? Do I pay attention to the people that are? Did I not record this? You've got to be kidding me. Oh, I did it on my camera. Something was wrong with that's right. I did it, recorded it on my camera. Something was wrong on my voice memos that I couldn't record it last night on my second show, so I just did it on my camera. I don't know what. I have to look at that. So it's June 1st, guys. It's rent due is debt. The first is usually everyone's paid on the 30th and 31st, and then you get the rent due, all the bills due, everything gets deducted kind of thing, right? It's like one fell swoop. It's like the saliva sucker when you're at the dentist, and the dentist is like, okay, open wide, and then every fucking bill comes and it gets sucked out of your bank account. Ah, it's okay. We're manifesting something here. So back to I don't know what I'm doing here with these shorts. Back to the June goals and shows and the sets from last night. So I want to get a tight 5 on tape. I asked my friend Manny, he has a show Thursday. He said no, not no in a bad way, but he's like, I have no room because he already has to give spots to his headliner's driver, I guess. This is how comics get spots. I'm telling you, his headliner got hurt, so he's someone driving him around who's a comic, and he's giving them spots. Isn't that crazy? That's how some of this works. I remember someone saying to me, "Yeah, you can get spots if you drive the headliner. They'll give you the feature spot." Uh, I don't know. So that's a way in too. You can find ways in. I chose to use Divorce Diaries as my way in to get into other clubs that I didn't have to wait and see who I could feature for or host for a headline. So I did that and it did work, but now I got to get stronger at my stand up. So that not only am I known for Divorce Diaries, I'm known for being a funny as fuck stand up as well. And then my brand will get even stronger. I would love to do a live stream on stage though. That's the thing. Another thing I'm thinking of. Do I just bring you guys on stage during my live divorce series? Or has it become an additional piece to the live stream where I have comics come and do a minute or 2 minutes and then we do some kind of challenge on stage? Like we tried that egg challenge, which I clearly failed at. Um, or do we do uh divorce stories on stage? But then I don't know, that loses the divorce stories. I don't mind doing that, but like it has to be funny. You gotta have like a minute of a divorce story. Like my friend, oh, I don't want to tell his story because he's got a whole thing around it. I like, what's your funniest breakup? Well, that's depressing. Has anyone ever gotten revenge on an ex? I have a friend right now who's contemplating, and that's not nice. I know that. But like, if you really took if you took Divorce Diaries to the extreme and made it like The Sopranos, like a woman who just scorns all her exes and gets away with it, like you can make up that concept, right? Like, has anybody ever done anything foul to one of their exes who have done something foul to them? Leave it in the comments. I'm not condoning the behavior, just asking for a friend. Like stuff like that is interesting to discuss, right? Like, wow, what did happen? I'm trying to think of a story. I have a friend whose husband, she does not mind me talking about this. My friend Liz, she's actually encouraged it. But her ex husband cheated on her with the girl that she found on TikTok. And last chance, New Jersey parents, childcare is at a breaking point. What the hell? Okay. Did I seek revenge on an ex? No. Um, no, I mean, what's the point of no? But like, I think that everybody in our head, there's a cartoon aspect of like, one day I'll get back. No, I know that doesn't serve you, but I'm saying like people would be entertained by that concept of like, I used to say there should be like the divorced Carmela Soprano, or when people call me that, I'm like, I should create a version of the Sopranos with these women that are divorced and like Mob Wives meets the Sopranos type thing, where they like just put revenge on men that have harmed all women. Now, there's also women that have harmed men, so maybe there's a version of that. But that was just a concept I was thinking of. It wasn't like something, but because people kept saying I look like Carmela Soprano a little bit. Share the wife. True that, Rosie. I usually unintentionally got revenge by being happier. Yes, exactly. That's a good point. You can get happy. You can get revenge by just being happy and following your heart. Who's my favorite comedian? I have a couple. I have a bunch. Again, I've said this before. I love watching Jessica Kirson, um, Krista Stefano, Maniscalco has been an all-time fave. His older specials. Um, Why don't we ignore it? You know what type of money you can make if you learn to ignore pain. What do you mean? Where was I going with that though? There was something I was saying. Oh, so the live stream. So if we had if we had like um a live stream, I would love to do a live stream on stage. I'm inspired by Kill Tony because his fucking show is so successful. But if we did a live stream on stage that brought what I do in the behind the scenes on the stage, that could be interesting. And also I get to interview other comics and connect with other comedians and feel like, okay, now I'm also available. If I'm doing like I'm promoting them on my show, I'll also connect with them for other shows kind of thing. We're just building the stream in that way. building the show. So I just don't know. I haven't like felt it out. Do I do the Divorce Diaries live stream where people, okay, we're going to ask the audience questions and the chat questions, or do I do it where it's, and maybe I just bring it in the live show. So when I'm in Atlanta, you guys come in on this section, or I start doing these. I do like a mini series of Divorce Diaries where I just travel to different places, and I say, all right, I travel to different places now, but I'm saying besides comedy clubs where I'm like, hey, I have a show, we live stream it, we bring up people. I do a piece of my original Divorce Diaries, and I also bring up people to tell a 1 minute funny divorce joke. And then I in a way I could use that to keep practicing my stand up too. I don't know. Why don't we ignore it? You don't know what type of money you can make if you learn. Oh, you already tried that. I flat tires. What? I'm brainstorming some ideas here, so if I'm going too fast, I apologize. But I really obviously want a bit funnier. I want to open up more opportunities for Divorce Stories. I want to perform more. And I'm thinking of this. We bring this live stream to the stage. I just feel like I might explode a little in a new direction too. What do you think? What do you guys think? I think I've asked you guys this question before too. So is killing me. Oh my gosh. So like the only thing I have right now is my phone. So when I go to Atlanta, I can live stream a piece of the show. I don't want to do the whole thing. Or I do a separate Divorce Diaries live stream series. Live at Sarlina. Like I want to go back to Sarlina and say, look, we're going to do a live stream. And I want to do a little bit of a performance. Oh, thank you for the sparkles, vulnerability expert. Dr. Dingleberry says, focus on your acting, not so much the live stream. Of course, I'm focusing on my act. I'm finding other ways to expand the live stream with my show, with the stand-up, because it can help. When I do interviews with other comics, now they can connect me to other opportunities of people they know, and I get to build a rapport with them. So that's part of the reason why I'm thinking of that. Also, it could be more opportunities for the show if we're bringing it to other places. Of course, focusing on my act is definitely the main component. I've always been the type of person too that like I can't sit still with just one thing. That's why I like Gary Vee, because he's always like multiple things, but I know I have to hone in on the craft of stand up right now, and the other 20% of the time the other stuff where it's like leads and auditions that make sense, and emailing bookers that I have not been to. So I get that. It's just that I do feel like there is something here with my show, with the live stream and bringing it to both an in-person audience and the online presence. But I could also just keep talking about it, not do anything yet. Yes, we're gonna get to 100 jumping jacks at 100 likes. Ugh. Ugh. Let's do some more stretches because my back is killing me. Sorry. So I also want to say that June is a month where it can be overwhelming because like you have so much going on with this. If you're a parent, there's the school year, there's camps are starting. I used to say that summer is like worse than Christmas when it comes to the money stuff as a single parent, because you have camps, you have barbecues, setting up your backyard, which or you go away, and it's expensive. And so financially preparing yourself for summer can be overwhelming. I mean, do you guys agree or no? I get overwhelmed by it sometimes, but there was a couple of years ago where August was one of the hardest months for me, and it was like I was very stressed out about it. But I just put my pedal to the metal, and like I think I did some great. I like made money off my TikTok live stream. So with my brand, someone was saying that they're like, I said you have to find what avenues yesterday, like what avenues are working for you and your brand with your comedy. If you really want to wholeheartedly dedicate all the time to it, and figure out how to monetize off of it, you know. Summer stressful for you, Rosie? Yeah. Is it because of you think the cost, or is it because it's just? I mean, I know you were a teacher as well. All right, welcome to the stream this morning. It's June 1st. We are getting our goals and stuff situated. I think I had the light. I think I charged it. Let me put it back on. I did clean off my desk. Oh no. There we go. I just don't want this to tip. This might tip. No, it's not gonna tip. No, it's not gonna tip. There you go. You hate hot weather? I like the hot weather, especially if I'm by a pool, but it can be very stressful with regards to money and saving and all of that. All right, so we are stretching, talking about June goals. I did 2 shows last night, really workout rooms, but they were good to just kind of get up and work material. I don't have any set shows for this week. But I am gonna try to get a spot somewhere. And there's a mic. The dojo mics are not on this week, so I have to find another spot for today. If not, because I don't know if there is a spot today that I can get to with my daughter's schedule. So I am gonna do a spot tomorrow for sure. There's a mic here by me. How long are your sets? Okay, so I have, depending. I have a 5, I have a 6, 7, 8, a 10, a 12, 15, 20, 25. Usually when I headline a show, it's 25 or 30. The last couple times I've headlined a show, it's been 30. I mean, excuse me, 25. And then when I do Divorce Diaries, it is a 45-minute set. But I do 20 and then I break it up with a game and then I do another 20. Thank you, Rosie. Yes, don't forget to hit that like button, guys. We are almost at 70 likes. You have enough material for 30 minutes? That's a lot. Yes, I do. I wouldn't say it's at its tightest, though. That's where it's like what I'm working on is doing the tightest material within my time frames. Right now for June, I want to get a tight 5 on tape so that people, when I ask for your tape, they're not going to say no. That's why this competition at the dojo, New Jersey's finest, I want to impress people. I want to be like, oh wow, she did really well. Like and I've been watching Michelle, you know. So my goal is to walk into that competition fucking strong, which means I gotta write an hour at least a day, and then rework those jokes, get on stage, rehearse them. The girl on stage last night, the bartender said to me, she goes, well, I don't inject, because I was talking about the Botox and the filler thing with 21-year-olds. I said, are you a 21-year-old? Do you get offended by this joke? Because someone said that on here, I think yesterday, or on Twitch, I forgot. I said, if when I was in my 30s and I went back to bartending, these 21-year-olds would get annoyed at me because I'm serving them. And they would be like, you're standing in my selfie light. And I would be like, I'm sorry. And they would come in with like lip filler, Botox at 21. I mean, I'm not even kidding. There are a lot of women I've spoken to who are that young doing that to themselves. And I'm sure I should do it to myself, but A, I don't have the extra money, and B, I'm a little afraid that my face would stop working. Now, don't get me wrong. You see this? This is the 40s right here. This little right here. This was my 30s. I always like when I like I know like I have to stop saying like I'm always just kidding. I am 8 years older than my boyfriend, and I feel like sometimes I'm like, am I look too wrinkly for him? I know I don't want to have as many wrinkles. But at the same time, it is what it is. He met me and I was 43, 42. I was 42 when I actually met him. But it is what it is. Like that's what I am my age and I gotta just own it. But I get it in my head where these younger girls are getting Botox and filler and lip filler. I have no upper lip. Okay. I wish I had one. I need it. I want a fat, no, I don't want a fat lip, but when they have lip plumper. I bought it before, but then it burns. It's like it stings. It's like bee sting. It's got bee something in it, and it's supposed to make your lips bigger for like 5 seconds. So all right. So the joke was about how these girls are like mad that I'm their bartender, and they're like, "Can I get 5 green tea shots?" I do the whole green tea shot thing, and I'm like, and they're getting annoyed at me. And I said, "Are you offended if I'm doing the imitation as much?" She goes, "No, not at all." Because I don't do that to myself. And she said, also, that's what they do. She goes, I hate when people ask for like Jaeger bombs. Oh, I asked the bartender, I said, what is your favorite? So that was one piece that I was like, I feel like I should change the joke to ask the bar. And that's why it worked when I did Manny's show. I asked the bartender, what's your least favorite drink to make? And he's like, all of them. And then I said, okay. And then I said, just name one. And in mojito. And so I said when I asked her, I said, let me restart that joke. And when I went back to bartending, I was in my 30s. And let's give it up for Arbor. How old are you, bartender? I'm 21. Let me ask you a question. What is your least favorite shot to make? And then it was taking her a while. And I was like, is this not, maybe that's not the phrase I say. So maybe, but then she answered. She goes, like Jaeger bombs? Because when you have to make a Jaeger bomb, you got to put the shot with the Red Bull. It's a pain. Anything you have to do multi-step as a bartender, go fuck yourself. I'm telling you, the bartender just wants you to leave them alone. Most of the bars. I mean, unless it's like an upscale bar in New York City where it's like they're making thousands of dollars a night. But what was the other one? Car bombs. I used to hate making car bombs. Oh, because you have to wait for the Guinness to settle. That picklebacks, oh, come on. You need to have pickle juice with your shot. I remember that was something I was like, what? Oh, thank you so much, Cam, for the flow state. Thank you for the flow state. Thank you, guys. Oh, my God, my back. So the pickleback, and they're good. It's not that it's bad. It's an interesting thing. But it's like, as a bartender, I was like, I'll just take the shot, man. You better drink pickle juice with it now. Like, Fireball, that was a fun shot. But again, I remember going, Fireball. I just came back from being in my 20s and then being in my 30s to bartending and going, this is fucking different. You got tequila that's organic, gluten-free, like can't get a Tito's and Club. Oh, shut up. Drink the Grey Goose and get the rash. You know, like that's what I was... You want to work out for arms and underarms? I'm slow with the likes today, guys. Come on, we got this. Let's go. All right. Let's do the... This feels really good on the thighs and your neck. I've been running sprints every day with my daughter, minus the day I threw out my back, and doing box jumps. And I don't know if you know what box jumps are, but okay, hold on. I have to drink more water too. I'm not drinking enough water. You push up. Okay. I might be doing this wrong, but this is what I do. One. Okay. So my boobs are popping. So that I'm gonna tell you, I'm tired every day we do it. And we've been doing it for how many days in a row now? Yesterday was 40. Yesterday was 40. Just yesterday was 40. 40 days. We need 22 more likes to get to 100. Double tap the screen. Yes, thank you. But do you see what I'm saying? It's like you gotta. This is first of all as the dancer background in me. Second position, right? So when I used to go boxing, he's like, do your squats. So I would do this. So my butt was tucked under. He's like, no, you gotta stick your butt out like this. I was like, but that's not what I was trained to do. I was trained to tuck it in. Boom. Right here, see? Using your core. I had ice cream last night. I had an ice cream sandwich. Ugh. So yeah, I don't get it either. It's 177 or you are in here. You got just adapt. Tap that screen. Go. Anyway, so those were the box jumps, and I've been doing them. I get tired around like 2 and 5 o'clock. And when we do the sprints, and then we do 8 of these. Sorry, 8 sets of how many do? 4 sets of 8? That's not a lot, actually. I think we need to be doing more. But my ass is tired. But I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I want my daughter to hit all the potential she can hit, meet all the potential. The problem is I'm kind of like reflecting the same issues and flaws that she is. Like, not flaws. Sorry, let me restart that. Like, I forgot what my boyfriend said. It said like leading by example. I'm just trying to lead by example. I don't know sometimes if I'm failing. I feel like I am sometimes failing. So I gotta stop failing. Leading by example meaning like if I miss a day of not writing for a full hour and I'm telling my daughter, oh, you have to do your reps, I'm not leading by example. So it's more at stake when I have to hold myself accountable for both of us. Do you know what I mean? Hit that like button. Do we like this light? I think the light's great. No? Cat and cow position, looking at your belly button. And looking at the ceiling. Looking at your belly button. Whoopsie, sorry. Looking at the ceiling. So like I said, the first set last night wasn't as strong as the second. And these workout rooms, I'm working on more ways to connect to the audience. When especially it's a small audience and you have to find a way in with your jokes. That's not as premise joke because you're just talking to 3 people. But then again, like I should be able to just go out there and be like, hey, and I have done my jokes, but it's like I think I start getting lost in my head of like, all right, so there's 2 people sitting here and there's a lot of noise and background. How am I going to get their attention? And sometimes the microphone there's like feedback or you can't really, I couldn't really hear some of the comics with some of the sound. It wasn't the microphone, it was the acoustics of the space too. So it's like you're dealing with that and trying to make sure that not only are you funny, that everyone hears the punchline, because sometimes that happens. Somebody will shout something out during the punchline and you're like, what the hell? You know? Okay. I forgot what this one is called, but this is the extension off of when I do cat and cow. I just bring the knee into my chest and bring it out. You guys can't really see the full extension because it is the vertical. There we go. See that line? And you're supposed to do a full. It's supposed to let go here. There you go. See? It's pretty line. Bring it in here. Feels good here to stretch. Hit that like button, everybody. The live stream is talking about Divorce Diaries, my brand, but also about me and my life as a comedian, actor, single mom, navigating this world. It's so quiet. Don't you hear there's like no sound like around me for some reason? That's good. If you do go see Obsession, please tell me what you think, because I honestly feel like, yeah, let's go guys, hit that like button. I feel like that it was just, there was moments where I was laughing. It was scary, but where I was laughing at the way the girl was like, you don't love me as much as I love you. Oh God, come on. I have to do a video about that. It's like when you're watching that movie and you're like, have I acted like that before? Hi, Danny. Hi, John Francis. Welcome. Well, John Francis, a very long time subscriber and supporter. Thank you so much, Danny, for the super chat. Appreciate you. We got 10 more likes to go. Oh, these hips feel very, what's the word? My hips feel very tight. So what I notice is even when I'm stretching now and I'm running, like my hips get tight. So I have to do more stretches at night. I don't do stretches at night. That's a problem, and I should. Maybe I do. I gotta time myself. See, like these streams have helped me stay and hold myself accountable for stretching every day. I'm pushing down my elbows on my knees. What was it? I was just missing on something here. All right. There we go. Breathe through the stretch. Thank you so much for the super chat. All right, so if you're just coming in, I had 2 spots last night. Second spot was better than my first set. So I gotta transcribe both today and then highlight what worked and then write what could have worked. That's kind of what I'm doing with the strategy of getting better at some of this stuff. Working on my tight 5. And for this comedy competition, I'm in New Jersey's Finest Comic. I am going to really hone in on what is my best material to bring to the table. Competitions can be exciting, but I know that when I feel like I don't do a great enough job, I feel down. I don't typically submit for them because I feel like it doesn't make me feel good. But at the same time, it's just another opportunity to get on stage and work hard. So that's why I'm doing it. I'm like, also, I don't know what I'm doing here with this stretch, but okay. I also feel like it's something where I'm at the people that are involved in it, I'm friendly with, and I want to prove something. I'm funny. I'm not just doing the sex and divorce jokes, but part of that is who I am, Ouch. Try the bikini on. I did that on one of the streams already. We had a bikini. Thank you, Rosie. We had a bikini stream where I showed you the bikinis. I said if we do a 100K, we'll do we probably will do a bathing suit, like swimsuit, what is it? Swimsuit by the pool thing. I'm sure we will do that at some point in the summer. Especially because in the summer we're going to be hot, and it was me by the pool. I mean, like I said, I want to get my backyard where I could be outside doing some of the streams too. Although my Wi-Fi service is not the best out there, I can always do it without the Wi-Fi. Thank you for sending the star. Okay, so we're going to do a poll. I just want to know, Do you apologize for everything? Are you one of those people like me? How do you say sorry a lot? Like me. Go. What's your and also like the scary movie stuff? Like I'm so glad I was with John because I can't be alone with scary movies. Thank you, John Francis. Boom. Yeah, I think. Let me just look back to what some of the open mic jokes were that I had about my. I said that last night and they all laughed. The jokes that didn't hit the other night were hitting last night for some reason. So I don't know. What do you think? Well, now what? Canadians apologize a lot? Is that a thing? Why do Canadians apologize a lot? We're almost at 24. Are you a bodybuilder? Yes, I'm building my body. Boom, boom, boom. I build my body all day long. Boom, bop. Just kidding. I told my boyfriend the joke about the MMA, and he was like, "Boo!" And then he came back with, and when I said it's Michelle Marie all day, he's like, "How about Mandy Moore all day?" And I was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "You like Mandy Moore?" He's like, "No." I just thought it'd be funny, or something like that. He said, like, I think, or he said, "I don't even think Mandy Moore is that pretty," or whatever. I forgot, but it was hip hip. Are you yeah, so no, I'm not a bodybuilder. I said this joke last night. Everyone asked me how I stay so fit. Do you work out? Are you in marathons? Do you belong to a gym? No, I just run away from myself every day. So I said that last night in the second set, the way I did that joke worked much better than when I've done it in the past. So gotta re-listen to it. I also think when I breathe into who like my vulnerability in the moment, like when I get scared. Okay, hang on, I gotta leave you for a second. When I get scared that people are judging me is when, which is ridiculous at 44, is when I start to be like, oh my God, they think I'm stupid. Oh my God, they think I'm pathetic. Oh my God, they don't think I'm funny. Um, like, cause there was a moment where I laughed at something that one of the comics said, and I didn't hear what he said, but he's like, oh, I want to get that from the divorce lady. And I don't know I couldn't hear the first part of it, but everybody laughed at it. And I almost felt stupid. Like everybody was laughing at me, even though I knew like Michelle. But like I didn't know what he said. And I just heard divorce lady. So I was like, you have such issues still. So it's like, talk about that. And I even said to Steve, I even said when I got on stage, I'm like, why can't I clap for the married for 19 years? And I forgot what he said though. I said something else. Because I missed the first part of I couldn't hear the first part of his joke because of the way the acoustics were. And then I was just like, oh, for another Train and G show. Oh, thank you, John Francis. Oh, we're almost at 100 jumping jacks. Anyway, my point was I want to lean into that feeling more when I'm telling my jokes. How are your abs today? They are a little bloated from the ice cream I had yesterday. For Canadians, saying sorry is part of the regular speech, almost a nervous habit over politeness. We apologize for everything, but don't always mean it. We did it. We got to 100 likes. We are going to do 100 jumping jacks. Good enough. Oh, by the way, Max, our film festival is open again. Good enough. What is one step for your goals? What do you mean? You are a bodybuilder. So one of my steps to gaining my goals is the habit of writing and rehearsing every day. Got to 100 likes, so we're doing 100 jumping jacks. Everybody, do it with me. The habits and rituals or routine. I guess is routine the same as ritual? What do you guys think? Hey, Isabella. I will, but you have Yeah, I have to find what genre that would be under. Smoking cigarettes outside of after working out, it's probably not the healthiest for you. No, I would say no to that. Any alcohol or cigarettes. I think clean eating too. I would be down for trying it. I just feel like I would be down not for those juice cleanses, but I would be down for doing a complete clean diet for a week and see how I feel. And the problem is when you go to like barbecues and celebrations and stuff, that's not what's there. So you have to be very disciplined in that. I think I could do it if I also had something that I'm not going to say on here to also help me through the fixes. And I don't mean wine or alcohol or food, but it's a physical activity that could help you forget about the foods and the wines and stuff that taste so good, but they're not good for you. So if I had that every single day, I think I'd definitely be able to get through it. Or I could just, I could get through it no matter what, but I'm just saying that would also be helpful. What number are we at? Lots of people have set goals but forget to focus on the steps needed for the goal. Yes, 100%. I think we've spoke about that. I don't know what number we're at. I think we have 50 more to go. Oh, whew. We got to 100 likes, so we do 100 jumping jacks, and for every 100 likes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'll count them in tens, really. 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4. We did it. 100 likes, 100 jumping jacks. We can do 500 again. I know we can get there again. I am confident on that. 5 vulnerability expert. So I have too much energy. I've gotten that before. I don't think there's so much thing as too much energy. I think too much energy is great. Put it to use. But this is what I've been saying is that I've been lately feeling really tired at like 4 o'clock or like 5 o'clock. And I'm like, I don't like that feeling. And usually it's after something I've eaten. Actually, not all the time. I'm going to notice that today if it's after something I've eaten. And if that's the case, then we definitely know that I have to fix something. There's no dojo mic tonight or tomorrow. So I have to come up with an alternate plan for where I'm working material. I think today I might not have a spot somewhere, but tomorrow there is a mic I can go to. So I did 2 spots yesterday, which is great. Ouch. And then tomorrow we'll figure out the spot I'll do. But yeah, I think I've always been the kind of person that has have a lot of energy since I was a kid. My dad used to say, "You're such a happy-go-lucky kid." I remember that, and that used to always make me feel good that I was happy, a positive person, and my dad saw me as just a happy light. By the way, I had this dream last night. My dad has been dead 6.5 years. And grief is a strange thing because sometimes it'll creep up on you and be like, it'll remind you that this person has been gone for your life and you'll feel the loss again. And yes, I do have Instagram. Hold on, let me pause on the dying shit and talk about my Instagram. Now, yeah, hang on. I'm gonna tell you about a dream now. That's right. Yes, I have Instagram. Let's go here. That's another thing I gotta follow up with my Instagram is figure out my content on there so that $56% of you said, okay, do you say sorry a lot? 55% of you said no, 45% said yes. So it's a pretty big amount of people in the chat who feel like they say sorry a lot. Okay. Doing a survey scale. I'm very ticklish. Marilyn Monroe's birthday. Hang on one second. Hang on one second, guys. Okay. Sorry. So we have a couple shows coming up in June and July. Right now, next Thursday, I'm headlining in Fairfield. And then I'm also hopefully going to have a couple more shows lined up in Stanford, I'm hoping, in New York. I am going to continue to send avails out to everybody. Yeah, I think that's the goal, is to just keep doing everything I'm doing to get funnier and funnier. But let me just put this. I'm gonna put another. I have to use a. Let me do this first. All right, I'm gonna put another poll in the chat. Be right back. What do we think? Let's see. What could be our poll, everybody? What could be our poll? The next poll is. Smoke or vape? No, just kidding. Favorite shot? Let's do tequila, vodka, whiskey, or what's the other one? Jaeger. Go. Boom. Okay. Sorry. Sorry. Oh, I said it 500 times there. Okay. It's the best midnight drink to relax to. Wait, yeah, I was gonna say, can you, James? Can you talk us through this whiskey, this chocolate chip mint whiskey thing? Oh, well, what's going on with the Knicks? I'm completely out of it. Did they win? Did they not win? I'm completely out of the whole Knicks situation. My stomach hurts. I don't know where the Chargers are here. So many squishies in my house. Look it up. Old Smoky Mint Chocolate Chip Whiskey. Okay. A second. So if you have sorry. So mint, god damn it. We should count how many times I say sorry on the live stream. It costs you $21. Mint chocolate chip whiskey. Okay, so whiskey is everybody's favorite shot. Yeah, I mean, Jameson's a big one. Everyone's favorite shot is a 45% whiskey, 24% tequila, 15% vodka, 16% Jaeger. So whiskey is a big shot. So you were saying it is Old Smoky Mint Chocolate Chip Whiskey. Old Smoky Mint Chocolate Chip Whiskey. Okay, let's go. I have a meeting I have to do in 10 minutes. I want to get to 200 likes today. I don't know if we're going to get there. I think we can. But we're having a great conversation about fucking goal setting, whiskeys, new jokes. What was the one thing? Oh, my dad. I wanted to talk about the dad dream. Okay. All of the shots put me on my ass. I can barely finish the cider that we had. Here, I'll show you guys the picture. I took a picture of it. Hold on, let me go here. That's my boyfriend's name. This was our flight, and I loved I think it was the cherry. Which one did I want? I can't remember. I like the cherry one. There was a beet one, by the way. I like this one, the peach and the cherry one. I think I liked. And it was good, but I was like already I feel it very quickly, especially when I haven't eaten. So, yeah, Fireball is just not my jam. I don't know. It's all right. It's actually pretty good with a beer if you do a shot of Fireball with a beer, but it's not, again, like this is not it's not. What is going on with these primary election text messages? Enough already. I don't want to have that, to be honest with you. Shots are not like what I really want to do. If I'm going out, if I'm going out with a group of people, family, friends, and we're doing a trip, maybe then. But it's still not, it honestly doesn't make me feel good. At the end of the day, I just feel tired. I mean, that's the reality of it. So I see why a lot of people stop drinking as they get older because it's just not. But I still love, like, I don't want to be like, I'm going sober. No, sorry. I'm sorry. Unless it really just affects my life. I like having a cocktail, but like all day long drinking, you don't feel good afterwards. Anyway, it's 8 p.m. somewhere. All right, wait. So this one I want to talk about the dream that I had about. I was in my old backyard at my parents' house. I was holding my daughter. She was a baby, and I was thinking about my mom, and then I was thinking about my dad, and there was all these thoughts. My dad was, I guess he was in spirit there. It felt like, but it was just like I was in my old backyard holding my daughter as a baby, and just remembering like missing my dad. And that's as much as I can tell you I remember. And then I woke up and I remember feeling the grief again that I lost him. The initial grief you have when you lose a parent, it's shocking. But, I just had that feeling like all over again. And it hits you like a wave. And it's not that it's super sad. It's sad, but it's also like I felt like I had that dream because my dad was in spirit with me. I don't know. Maybe, So, oh, you blocked the primary message so that they can't reach you? Anyway, let's do our back bend stretch. Let's do the handstand stretch. Let's do all of that. I should try to make it. Yeah, maybe we'll do a. I'm trying to give up like any alcohol, except if I go out with my boyfriend or friends or celebration. It's like just that, and I'm not drinking at all outside of that. Hollow back. Hollow back. I just don't think I can do it alone. Like the. I know it's. Thank you for the 6-7 split persona. Thank you for the 6-7. Appreciate you. No, you cannot. Okay. That's a weird request, but you know what? People are into it. All right, back bend. Really, I definitely have to stretch at night because I just feel like that's why my back is hurting. I'm not doing the nighttime stretches anymore. Thanks, Cyrus. That's not. See, this is all my old stuff. I have bought new stuff for my bathroom, which, by the way, the fuck did I put? I have to put it up today. Where is it? Where did I put it? Oh, it's right there. Boom. Okay. I cannot do a backflip. But listen, maybe at some point I can. Do a backflip. I don't know if my back right now, I'm grateful that I don't have any back spasms that I'm dealing with. That's wonderful. Okay, so we got some quick fire, what is it? Rapid fire questions. Ready? What's the basic? So we have rapid fire questions. Should we do it as a poll? No. All right, ready? Rapid fire questions for the chat. Here we go. New York City or Jersey? That's not going to work like that. I don't feel like. Maybe we do it as a poll. New York City. New York City. Cats or dogs? Dog. All the way. I'm sorry. I just don't understand when people bring their cat. Someone was trying to bring a cat into the grocery store the other day. That's fucking weird. And it's also weird if you bring your dog into it, but it's like, if you're not blind, get the fuck out. Like, stop saying you need an emotional support dog to get milk. Do you know what I mean? You don't need an emotional support dog to get milk. I'm writing that as a bit. Dogs. We're a dog. Bunnies. Online dating or being set up by friends. Thank you, John, for the $2 chat. We love you. Accomplished actor, singer, and dancer. Thank you. Who has not brushed her hair yet? What's funny? Dr. Dingleberry. What's funny? Fuck, his name is Dr. Dingleberry. Where's my brush shop? Set up by friends. You rather be set up by friends. We can put that as a. Let's put that as a poll, because online dating or set up by friends. Go. Online friends. Okay. What's another one? Here we go. I mean, this is interesting. Which is funnier, dating apps or blind dates? I feel like both, right? Remember that show Blind Date? That was, if you are not my age, you might not know it. Neither. Oh, yeah. So you thought that was funny? That's the thing I'm going to work on, because it's like, I watched a guy, observational humor is, I think, a big universal thing, right? Like, so I literally was coming out of the grocery store, and I have to stop saying literally all the time. And this guy was holding a cat with a leash on it. And it had a leash on it. Dude, keep the fucking cat at home. Nobody wants to see your ass, your fat fucking ass. I'm sorry. Not the fat shame. This guy need to look like he was going to eat the cat at some point. Okay? Your friends have led you astray, so have mine. I get sometimes friends mean well, but they just were like, I remember back in the day, my daughter was in daycare. The daycare moms, they would go out with them every once in a while. They tried to set me up with this guy that they were like, oh, he's great for like 3 months. And I'm like, why would you think he's great then for me? Like, I'm good for is 3 months? And they're like, well, just to have fun. I'm like, I want to have fun, but for more than 3 months. I'd like to have fun the rest of my life with somebody. Wow, shocker. That was another, and they invited this guy not knowing that they invited him to meet us out afterwards, and he was so high. Again, I was like, what have you not understood? I am not a weed partaker. Edibles don't, like, anytime someone says, you want to smoke? It's like, look at me. Look at my veins. That should tell you I don't want, now that's just sending out a message of like, this bitch is high strung. And yeah, so no, I mean, what really would you survive the longest time? Oh, what reality show would you survive the long? I just typed up these questions to see if you do something like, which reality show would you survive the longest on? I would try to be on anything on Bravo, but Below Deck. You're right. 44-year-old trying to like, although Ben on Below Deck is 45. Let me tell her to give me 5 minutes. I'll call in 10. But I also was like, why are you guys, I remember at the time I was dating that cop I told you guys about that was like being inconsistent with communication. So their response to that was, let's throw you another inconsistent idiot. Like, let's just put all the Kraft single cheeses for you, Michelle. That's the kind of, that I had a joke back then. It's like everyone would be like, here, I have, there was a bit I did. Everyone's like, oh, I have a guy for you. He's been sober 3 days. You know, it's like everyone thinks because you're divorced, you'll take the Kraft singles of a partner. And men also, I think, like with women, when a woman finds out a man has been divorced, let's go on the opposite side of it. We also want to know why, you know, or like, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it's like men or women have it easier? Let's put that one in the chat too. That's a good one. Everybody wants to be set up by their friends. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Let's put the Kraft singles joke back. 81. Okay. I think there's something there with the movie Obsession, with this joke I have about like literally I was in the car and I was like, oh my God, I don't want him. I know he's going to say it. I know he's going to say it, that it sounds like me. And then he said it. And I was like, shut up. But I think there's something there. So, but I just feel like not everyone's going to see that movie. So I got to figure that out. There's something there though, because I felt like, oh God, I was starting to get really uncomfortable watching this actress like say I'm sorry all the time and then be like, you don't love me enough. And I was like, ooh, this is uncomfortable. So, it's nothing like a possessed demon character to really reflect on your own bad habits as a woman. No, okay. So there's something there though, right? I feel like, I don't know. All right, so there was something else I wanted to put in the chat. Oh, are you a stay in or go out person? Stay in or go out? There was something I was just about to put in the polls, and then I got distracted by something. That's okay. We got 130 of you in here. 130 likes. Look at that. I'm trying to get our show to. I think we can make it to 24,000 today. What do you guys think? Just keep stretching. Just keep stretching. Yeah, I think here's another one. Look. So we got. Oh, okay. Stay in or go home. All right. So let's do stay in or go out. In, out, go. Staying in, it's expensive to go out. Heart says stay in, person, bank account says go out. Oh, so you got the money. All right. Good for you. So July 16th is Atlanta. I would love for you guys to come to that show. It's in Punchline Comedy Club, and that is in Atlanta, Georgia. The Bucknell? No, it's called the Bucknell section. Something section. Hang on, let's look that up. Bucknell section of Atlanta. I'm getting it wrong. Buckhead section of Atlanta. Who is the funniest comedian right now that you're tuning into that will always make you laugh besides me? Which I'm working on. What's the biggest pet peeve you have of people telling you, like, what's your biggest pet peeve when, like, of any, like, okay. What's the phrase that's your biggest pet peeve? Like, for example, when someone tells me to calm down. I hate that shit, right? Does anyone have a phrase as of, like, what's your pet peeve phrase? I mean, I don't think anyone likes to be told to calm down because that's the opposite of what you're going to do. But yet we still say it. Like, I'll say it to my daughter. I'm like, calm down. It's like, why are we saying that? You should be like, you should freak out. What if we just did that? If someone's freaking out, you should be like, you should continue freaking out because it's going to really create some paranoia for you that you seem to be wanting. You know, what if you did that? It's going to be okay. You don't like when people say that? It's going to be okay. Shut the up. Yeah, it's going to be okay. No, you got to be like, I mean, I like when if something you're going through a rough time and someone's like, it's gonna be okay is okay, because it's gonna be okay is like placating you almost. It's like, it's gonna be okay. Like, get the fuck off my pat. Don't pat my head. I want someone to be like, you're gonna do this. You're gonna fucking kick its ass. You're gonna come through stronger. It'll be great, not just okay. I don't know, I'm fucking around, but women don't like to be told to smile. Ooh, that is correct. Anytime a guy said, smile. Oh, that is such a good one. No, we don't. Smile. What's wrong? Fuck you. That's really good. Thank you, Dr. Dingleberry. That is so true, she says. Yes. Because already when you tell us to smile, we want to cut your throat open. What are you telling me to smile for, buddy? I don't want to smile at you. See how the Jersey attitude comes out? And when I was first on tour out of college, I was in the Midwest and people were like nice to me for no reason. And I was like, what is this? I remember being in the grocery store and they were like, hi. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with them? John Francis has a stagecraft question. Go for it, John Francis. That was Dr. Dingleberry, you got it on the nose. Thank you for that. You got it on the Dingleberry. Yeah, we don't. All right, so the poll says everybody likes to go out. Oh, everyone's staying in. I mean, it makes sense to where we're at. And it's just like, right, we're on a big street. Look at us right now. We're staying in watching each other. I have to go on this phone call in like 3 minutes. Okay. What's your question, John Francis? I don't see it. Did it stop for some reason? Okay, here we. Do you ever swift up your set depending on the crowd 5 in the venue? Yes, absolutely. Shift it, you mean? Yes. Yes, so that's a great question. Do you ever switch up your material when you get to the venue and see the crowd? Yeah, you should have other things ready if it doesn't look like that audience might respond to it, which I am working on getting better at that because sometimes I get in my head and then I'm like, I don't know which one I should do. So my go-to audience is usually like the 35 to 55 crowd or older. Like, I do a lot of my Italian family jokes. I go into the divorce stuff. And it's like, I already know the easy pocket of where I can be. And there was an audience a couple months ago. I was headlining the show in right where I live around. And it was my age group and a little older. And they got it because it was very relatable to them because it was what I was going through, was my experience. But now if that was a crowd of 20-something-year-olds, yeah, I might have to shift it a little bit. 100%. So yes, and that's where I start to get. However, I have been in older crowds too, where they're not getting as much as my humor. So I have had to switch that up and go in the moment and be there, be funny, and just stick to what I'm doing. But yes, 100%, I've had to switch up the material when the vibe feels a little different in the venue. Also, sound and acoustics and physicality on stage when you're limited or not limited or it's a very big stage. Uh, if the night set is going well, do you improvise more or do you prefer to keep it tight? That's a great question. I like to keep it tight because if I go off too far, I lose that track of where I'm at. And I used to improvise if I felt it was going well. Then we listen to my set. And I'm like, I'm all over the place. So right now, I'm trying to keep it tight. And for crowds like on Thursday, Friday, and for crowd even on Thursday, I veered off a little bit, but it was a very like different vibe both shows. So I was like, I really should have um, I'm trying to keep it tight, and the jokes are flat out funny no matter what. And on Thursday, some of the jokes weren't landing that usually land. So I was playing with the crowd a little bit, but then going right back to the set because I had to keep to my time. So that's the answer for that one. Guys, I have to go on a phone call. I love y'all, and I'm so happy that you got to tune in today. Don't forget to hit that notification button so that you know when I go live next, and stay tuned for more. Thank you guys for all the super chats and all the love to my mods and everybody in here. Stay tuned for more.